Charles Leclerc's car broke on the final lap of Miami, right? It's physically couldn't turn right, and the stewards gave him a 20-second penalty for it. 20 seconds is quite a big penalty for a mechanical failure that wasn't really even his fault. He lost 2 positions, Lewis gained 1, and somehow, barely anyone in F1 is actually talking about it. Well, I am, so welcome to F1 Row. Right, okay, so let's take it back to Miami, because before we get to the controversy, we need to talk about what kind of race this actually was, because it was kind of chaotic from lap 1. So we got Kimi Antonelli on pole, we got Verstappen right alongside him, and Charles Leclerc right there. So within seconds of the lights going out, Verstappen locks up, right? Leclerc is right there in the mix, and the whole front of the grid is sort of scrambling because of what happened at turn 1. The crashes from Hadjar and Gasly bring out the safety car early. The lead changes multiple times. Norris is flying. Piastri's there threatening as well. This is exactly the kind of messy, unpredictable, brilliant F1 that we love. And then, on the very last lap, it all goes wrong for Ferrari, right? We know this. We watched the race. So the final lap's here, right? Leclerc is running 6th, and he's had a tough race, fighting hard, giving it everything like he should do. And then he spins at turn 3 and hits the wall, right? You all remember that part. Then he gets going again, but here's the thing. The impact has damaged his car, right? So it damaged the left-hand side of the car, I believe. So the car won't turn right, and won't. It's not turning right at all. You can see in the videos that he's actually understeering so badly. So on the final lap, with the very last lap of the race, that every right-hander of his car is going wide, like in the hairpin at the end, because it's broken, right? Could be broken internally. So the stewards look on it. The stewards, they look at it and they decide that even though his car was mechanically compromised, leaving the track with the right-hand corners doesn't count as a justifiable reason, and they hand him a 20-second time penalty, right? That's fucking crazy. So he drops from 6th to 8th, with Lewis goes up to 6th. Colapinto, Franco Colapinto probably drove the best career race he's had, which was 7th, so he's deserved it, Now, I want to be fair, the rules say what the rules say, but leaving the track is leaving the track. And I'm going to ask you one question, and I want you to think about this honestly. If your car is physically broken and you have no choice, if you put yourself in Charles Leclerc's shoes, should you be penalised for it? Because to me, it's not really a sporting penalty. It's more a technical penalty handed to a driver for something that was completely out of his control, and that I think is kind of unfair. All right? That makes sense. So let's talk about for a second what it means beyond just that one race result, though. So Lewis Hamilton's at Ferrari now, right? This is the move that the whole world's really be watching. Like, oh, how's he going to do? His first year wasn't great, but hopefully his second year with a new car. So every point he scores, every position he gains, he's under a microscope. And then gaining 2 positions because of the because of the steward's decision on a broken car, is that going to make going to make a lot of noise? Is this, I think it has made noise, So, but there's also something bigger happening here. This week, Hamilton himself called for drivers having a formal role in making F1 rules, with everything to do with the 2026 regulation. The complaints about energy management, Verstappen isn't having fun. Verstappen's really not having a good time in the car. Hamilton is now saying enough's enough. The people who are actually driving these cars need a voice in how the sport is run. And honestly, after watching what happened to Leclerc in Miami, I think Hamilton's probably right. Thus, right now, because of how the rules feel, they feel like they're working against racing, and that is not something anything ever Formula One should ever be like. Right, so before we carry on here, let's just take a second to appreciate here what Kimi Antonelli has been doing. In 3 races, 3 wins. You know, the kid's 19 years old and leads the World Championship by 20 points, which is fantastic at this point. He had a chaotic Miami race himself, but just kept going. He kept calm and kept stayed focused, clinical. And I think we actually go back and say that Kimi. We said this at the start of the season. Kimi was kind of a special kid, and I'm not walking that back for a single second. So anyway, Canada's next, May 22nd. And with the championships this close, the stewards' decision making like this, and with Hamilton pushing for rule changes from the inside, I promise you, I think this season is just about to get started. So let's do this. So for the Leclerc penalty, let's go back to the theme here. Leclerc's penalty, was it fair? Now I've told you what I think, and from now I want to hear what you think. So drop it in the comments. All you gotta write is fair or unfair. One word